Hello, and welcome to my channel. And I want to talk to you about the shocking truth about business failures. The shocking truth is that over 25,000 businesses failed in the UK alone in 2023. That's right. This is really a statistic that is from the UK, but businesses are failing globally as well. Okay, so I'm not just picking on the UK, this is worldwide, and I've just gone through this statistic because I wanted to do some research. Now, think about how much worse the numbers are worldwide. Can you imagine what this is worldwide? And I will go into this on another video as well. And most of these businesses didn't fail because they weren't good at what they did. They failed because they didn't have a crisis plan in place. So listen up carefully, because I really want you to be able to learn from this and to be able to bring this into your own business. So not having a business recovery plan is a disaster waiting to happen for any company. But here's the good news, right? It's not too late to protect your business. In this video, I'm going to share with you how to create a business that will recover during a difficult time, to save your company from the threat of closing down. I'll even tell you about the lessons that I've learned from my own experience. And these lessons could have saved my business many years ago. So stay with me on this, because this can be the most important step that you could take to bulletproof your care business, for example. I'm not just talking about just from the statistics, I'm talking from experience, I'm talking from clients as well that I've spoken with as well. So what you need to really look at is, what is your current financial situation right now? What is that right now? So think about it. When I had my agency, for example, I just gave my accounts to my accountant. I just put them in a box, or even in a plastic bag, back then. And I just took them to my accountant. I didn't even look at them because I was so busy running my business. Instead of being the hawk, scanning and looking from the top, I was working in the business, not on it. And that's why I'm so passionate about now as business owners that we should be working on the business. So the accountants, they would also doing my books. So imagine you don't get to know really what's happening in your business until you're kind of like 3/4, like 9 months down the line, and you know what's happening with your business, how much money you've made, how much you've spent, for example, because it's time to get your accounts ready for the self-assessments, to go online, for example, to put them through Companies House. So we really should assess the financial situation monthly at a very minimum, and ideally quarterly for a more comprehensive view. And here's why. Monthly assessments, they allow you to track your cash flow, expenses, and your revenue regularly, which helps you to spot any problems, any iceberg problems. And that's why I do it so religiously now, is that we are always doing meetings to see how the company is doing. This way you will notice if there's a dip in sales, or that you've increased your expenses. Why is that? And you can take these adjustments and you can make them quickly without having to wait till you're 3/4 of the year down the line. So quarterly reviews give a broader perspective on the trends and the performance of the company, so that you can compare your process against your goals, see if you're still on track, and you can adjust your strategies accordingly. So annual reviews, they are essential for long-term planning and budgeting and evaluating your business overall financial health. By you staying on top of these assessments, you'll be better prepared to make informed decisions and avoid any financial crisis. You want to review your financial statements, check your balance sheet, your profit and loss statement, and cash flow statements to be clear on how your business is doing and see a clear picture to do your financial health for your business. So you want to identify the root causes of your expenses. Are they too high? Are their sales declining? Why is that? Are you overly reliant on a single client? Look, I've been there, done it, worn the t-shirt. You knowing the cause of your financial problems is the key to fixing them. That's a good thing, right? Let me share something with you, a personal level. When I had my care agencies many years ago, I was paying, like 50,000 in wages monthly. And this wasn't really necessary. I could have just paid the carers who were delivering the work, doing an excellent job. And I could have replaced some of the office staff with virtual assistants. By me realizing this sooner, I could have missed the chance to reduce my overheads in my business significantly. And this contributed to the financial strain. And it led to my business agency, for example, the downfall. The virtual assistants could have saved me thousands each month. And I'm talking to you like this because we need to look at this. What can we do in our business that's going to make us money? We don't want to be losing money. We want to be making money in our business. So estimate how long you have. Based on your current cash flow, how long can your business survive before it runs out of money? Is it 3 months? Is it 6 months? Usually it's 3 months, for example. But some people are just doing month to month. This helps you determine the urgency of your business and to create a crisis plan, which you need to do regardless of how long it is before you run out of money in your business. I'll explain an example here. I had a very large client, which was a government client, and I was getting quite a large monthly amount, for example. Now imagine that client then pulls the rug from underneath your feet and tells you you're getting half the rate of what we were paying you because of the economic situation. There was the recession in 2008, for example. So I understand that they needed to save money, for example, because it's the public purse. However, not everyone does understand that, and it caused great financial difficulty for me. So I will say to you, please do not rely on one client, especially if it's a large client that's paying most of your expenses, because what happens if the worst case scenario was to happen to you? What is your backup plan? Like I said, with virtual assistants, you can use the money that you're going to save and put that into a savings so that you've got money for a rainy day, so that you've got money to pay for any crises that happen within your business. So what I'm going to do right now is the business recovery plan framework. I'm going to draw it out and I'm going to do a step by step. So I'd love for you to listen to this presentation. So join me in my presentation room. Come on, let's go. Right, so now we're in front of the whiteboard here. So I'm going to talk to you about the step-by-step building a crisis plan, things that you need to think about as business owners. And I'm just going to be going on the board here, writing a few things, but I'm going to be talking to you. I've also got my iPhone here because I like to have my notes as well. Okay, so the first thing that you need to think about is, number one, you reduce your expenses. Now, identify anything that's draining your business that is really not necessarily needed in order to run your business effectively. So what is it that you can think about that you're spending? Look at renegotiating any contracts that you've got, and also reducing any unnecessary expenditure. For example, maybe you're looking at scaling back your operations. Maybe there's things that you're not even using, but yet you're paying for it, software, things like that. Also, the staff members that you've got in your office, do you really need to have them? Is it a necessity for you to actually have them? Could you outsource your staff members in order to, basically you're saving the company by doing that, but also you can look at using that money for savings, so that if the worst case scenario was to happen to you, you've got a saving for any crisis that hits you. Maybe there's things that you're paying for that you don't need. So let's look at that, okay? Reducing your expenses, number one. Number two, look at increasing your revenue. Now, increasing your revenue is really looking at how you can look at the short-term ways to boost sales. For example, you can be talking about how you can offer a certain particular product at a special rate. And I'm moving around because I'm really passionate about this, so bear with me, okay? So what things can you do to increase your revenue in your business? For example, you can look at, you can replace your staff members with virtual assistants. That's one, like I've said. You could have a massive wage expenses whilst you're still ensuring that the critical work is being done. So look at reducing that as well, okay? It's a lesson that we all need to be thinking about, because we don't want the actual thing to happen to us. So could you save your business by doing this? Yes, you can, okay? Like I said, that was the reducing. Increasing the revenue, I've mentioned that. Then number three, diversifying your income. What other products can you offer within your business, for example? For me, like I said, the large part of my contract was the council, the government, for example. So once that gets swiped away, what are you left with? So that's why it's always important to have multiple services, for example. Yes, I had private clients, but the private clients was very beneficial to me, because when I did lose that government contract, I gave the contract back. I didn't lose it, I gave it back, because it wasn't profitable enough. It was not sustainable enough, for example. It turned out that the private clients were more, for example. So the next thing that you need to think about is debt restructure, okay? Now, with that, you can speak to a professional about that, how you can reduce that. And that is by possibly you could look at refinancing your creditors, for example. You can look at negotiating payment plans. You can refinance, do some options there. Sometimes restructuring your debt can give you some breathing room. So can you, if you've got loans, can you look at having them reduced, or possibly doing a IVA, for example? I am no way a financial consultant or an accountant. I'm just talking to you about possibilities of what you could do, okay? Then the next thing is looking at what funding you can get. Have a look to see what fundings that you can get for your organization. So there could be grants out there could be loans, but there could be quite a few things that you can think of. So that is the step-by-step framework. Thank you. Right, so I'm back. So you've just seen the whiteboard presentation that I did where I talked about the step-by-step framework, and I hope that you listen to the presentation. Do stay to the end of this video because I would love for you to like and subscribe, and also to get further updates, because I think it's important that we talk about this. A lot of people avoid it, but it is something that is important, and we never know when it's going to actually hit us or affect us. And if we can have a crisis continuity plan, a crisis plan in place, then you will be protected. You'll protect your business. You'll be doing the directorship of surviving as well to keep your business afloat. Like I said, get professional help if needed, and if the situation feels too overwhelming, don't hesitate to contact a professional, okay? A business consultant, for example. I'm a business consultant. An accountant or an insolvency expert can offer guidance tailored to your specific needs. But I also want to talk to you because I've been there and I understand the sensitivity and you feel embarrassed that you're going through it. You feel very, very sad, that it's come to that, for example. So I'm here to talk to you if you're going through this right now, because I can help you go through some of the motions before you even see a professional, for example, an accountant or an insolvency expert. So when you're faced with business challenges, always sought expert advice. While my business ultimately didn't recover, my care business, for example, I learned how much that this could have been avoided if I had taken the steps to cut costs, implement virtual assistants, and build a crisis fund. Now, I encourage other businesses to learn from my experience and take proactive measures early on. Don't wait till it's too late. But if you are faced with this right now, then do, reach out so I can help guide you as well. Let's create a crisis plan together. If your business is facing financial challenges or you're worried about the future of the business, now is the time for you to take action. Don't wait until it's too late. Don't wait until it's too late. And I know how difficult that this can be, but also how powerful a well thought out crisis plan can be for your recovery. So I'd love for you to book a call today. Let's create a tailored crisis plan that addresses your specific situation. Together, we'll work out a strategy to reduce your costs, boost your revenue, and build a business that can weather any storm. I'll help any business turn things around, and I want to help you to do the same. The link is here somewhere, and I'd love for you to book a free consultation. Let's start rebuilding your business to protect your future and bulletproof your success. Book a free business crisis consultation now. For example, thank you so much for listening and for watching as well. I'd love to hear from you. You can comment here as well in terms of, are you going to start creating your own crisis plan? Do look at the further trainings that I have, which where I talk about all the different aspects what should go into a crisis plan. So I hope that you'll be able to book your free consultation with me so that I can help you. Let's act now. Don't wait until it's too late. You can do something now. And I'd love to hear your stories, your takeaways as well. Thank you so much for being here today. Have a wonderful day. Thank you. Goodbye.